Hello and welcome to March 28th, where we're reading Deuteronomy 23 through 26. This section talks about purity in a variety of situations, respect for human life, judgments, and offerings. There's so much here. And it's just random. It's random notes that don't always seem to chain together, but they're just like a few verses long, a few verses on this, and a few verses on this, and a couple of verses on this, and oh, here's a mention of this. Very complicated. I cannot break it all down, so please go read it for yourself and then come back here and watch the summary. If you're interested in a detailed breakdown of what goes into each individual chapter, I don't know that I can give that to you, but I can give you some highlights from each individual chapter. In chapter 23, you talk about a little bit of fugitive slaves. If a slave runs away, you don't return him. That was the Israelite law. You can't take out interest on loans. If you loan somebody money, you can't charge them any interest on it. That's an interesting law with some implications for people who do that today. But that's all I can say right now. Go check the written page if you want more details on that. Other stuff in chapter 23, it's interesting. Again, go read it for yourself. In chapter 24, the main part of this that people are familiar with is the divorce law from Moses. God said in the beginning, one man, one woman together for life, that is a marriage. But Moses says here, hey, you can divorce a woman. Well, no, he doesn't actually say that. He says when you divorce somebody like you're not supposed to because God tells you not to do that. And he puts down a rule that actually protects the women who are being divorced. It's very nice of him. It's very kind of God. God is nice sometimes. And so you see that represented in Deuteronomy chapter 20. If you get to Deuteronomy 24. I can't even read numbers. When you get to Deuteronomy 25, a few more things here. Key points in this one is there's a preservation of the family line. If your sibling dies and he doesn't have any children, then, hey, you need to provide him children somehow. Weird cultural thing with how they did that. There's also a command for them to destroy all of Amalek because Amalek did something evil, and so God uses Israel to be a tool for justice. Not that Israel is totally righteous, not that Israel is totally good, but that Amalek is evil, and God is using one people to destroy evil from the earth. Then you get to chapter 26. Chapter 26 is all about what you give to God as something that you offer to God, and how you give him a tithe every now and then. Every few years, you pay some of your proceeds to God, and then he ends up ending chapter 26 in a very nice way by saying, God is promising you all these things. God is giving you everything. God is affirming his promises. He's making them true. He's fulfilling them before your eyes. Give yourself to him and listen to him and obey him and follow after his words. That's how you succeed in this life. That's what you need to know. Next week, we'll be reading Deuteronomy 27 through Joshua 6. So I'll see you then.